It's Week 16 of the NFL. And coming up is the lockdown man himself, Jair Alexander, who has put together 32 tackles this season from his cornerback spot. It's the Packers and the Colts, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
The tundra may not quite be frozen, but it's getting there as we work our way through December. The radar today, however, is clear at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week.
And Richardson will throw to start out here. And his first look is incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Richardson's throw pulled in by Woods. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Richardson. That one thrown across his body, and it's incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
And it's fielded at the 34. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And at the start of Jordan Love's NFL career, he had one of the best seats in the stadium watching Aaron Rodgers work. But now he's looking for more than that. Rocket arm, big play potential. And he wants to show this organization that he's capable of being a dependable starter for the foreseeable future.
And despite a nice juke there, really good move, he only gets about a yard, and it brings up 2nd down. On the counter, here's Jones. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. The numbers on the ground for Jones last week. 10 carries, 122 yardage-wise, and a score as well.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well this late in the season.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Here's Love. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts' 20-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now in the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The Packers in trouble to start play, 6-8 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Love. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Gano's kick is good, and the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A first carry from a collegiate star here in Wisconsin. It's Jonathan Taylor. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Now 2nd and 3. Richardson to throw off play action. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. You look at this Packers defense. They're a unit that struggled some against the run, no doubt, coming in 25th out of 32 teams.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game, because they're facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means this is going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
On second down, it's Jones. Not a great strong move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. Well, still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be fourth down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us. No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
$3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Richardson looking to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Meanwhile, Richardson's throw caught by Pierce. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Richardson to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
A part of 46, a return of 5. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
2nd down and 3. Love going to give this one to Jones. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have the Packers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Love, they go play action now. Keeps himself upright. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. He'll get about 4 here, down at the 43-yard line.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th.
I know we're just in the second quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's his second drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 17 yards on fourth. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that fourth down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
Now a first down carry by Jones. He juked him. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Love. And it's a Packers touchdown. Isaiah Likely with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And finishing that drive off was the touchdown grab by Isaiah Likely. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Colts set to take over here offensively. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Tanner to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now it's Richardson. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Here's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Richardson out of the shotgun. Incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Well, a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Yeah, he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Caught on the right side by Jones. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Again, it's Taylor.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
That's taken it around the 40. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Love now to pass on 1st down.
That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
A short one there, caught by Likely.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Here's 3rd and 7.
Throwing, Love. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory.
1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it. A short throw pulled in by Woods.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
Richardson looking to throw this.
And his throw here's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Richardson working from the gun. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
On 1st down, Richardson.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout.
1st and 10, Richardson looks to throw it.
And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's 2nd down. Now Richardson.
Well, this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
They're Richardson back to throw it. That's caught. It's Josh Downs.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
It was the Packers' leading man, quarterback Jordan Love, who turned in a solid performance in that first half. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Packer offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 57 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 8.
They'll go again to Jones. And shutting him off down open field. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
This one swung out here to Jones.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. An inside give to Jones.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. He finds his way into the secondary again on this drive. They might want to try getting him down a little closer to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, what do they call that? Third level run, first level being the D-line, and linebacker second level in the secondary, the third. When you block it up well, you make the secondary do all the tackling, that will wear on a defense.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll bring up second down. Up the middle, Jones. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. Love now. Buying time to his left. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
And they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
In motion right is Pittman. Now here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give to Taylor.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start.
Richardson. That is caught.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards that time.
Well, that's the kind of play that was lacking all the way through the first half. Maybe this can give them a little bit of a spark because they're not out of this game by any stretch.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end.
Richardson under pressure, and down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop it.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line.
Green Bay's offense ready to go again.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2nd and 6.
The give is to Jones. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Love looking to throw it. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. On now is the Packers punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Rodgers to return it. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
They'll start with the option. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play. multiple plays that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
It's a gain of 10. And the Colts first down.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 39-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Richardson. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the tackle, defense.
Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Quick throw into the hands of Pittman. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Richardson looking to throw. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. Richardson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Rashawn Gary. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the 1st. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Gay's kick is good, and they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Love and the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. Oh, able to avoid him. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And even 100 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On the counter, here's Jones. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. On the delay, Jones. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 7 yards on the carry, make it 3rd and 4 coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Here's Love. He wants it all for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got him this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. And the Colts getting ready to go.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. 1st and 10, it's Richardson. A short throw pulled in by Woods.
And he'll be out of bounds right at about the 10-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Here's Richardson to throw. That complete to Downs.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, Colts.
They'll run the toss here with Taylor. Pass the 20 for a short gain, 2nd down.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
From the shotgun, Richardson.
To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here.
And now a stoppage, and it looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. They go play action with Richardson.
Rolling to his right. Breaks through the contact. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down at a 21-yard gain.
Now it's Richardson.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Gotta avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for a strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Tackle made by Zaire Franklin. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Again, it's Jones. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the 1st half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So out on the field now, Graham Gano in a big spot. This will be spotted at the 20, so it's a 30-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and the lead stretches 16-3 now. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So Richardson and the Colts now
Down by 13, a little under a minute to go. They're going to need a Christmas miracle to pull this one out as they've got it 1st and 10.
Here's Richardson. Got his man, it's Woods.
Gets through, and now an opening.
Still going.
And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Now Richardson.
That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught.
They'll come up now, 2nd and 9. Richardson.
And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this is recovered by the Packers, so that might just about do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other. And they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So for Green Bay,
their hopes of a winning campaign stay alive as they move to 7-8 now on the year.
and they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.